All right, we are live at Bear Sheath Farm with your host, Levite Khan. Welcome, everyone, both live and pre-recorded.
Yummy.
And as you can tell by the title, hold on, let me get this.
Volume out.
Yeah, let me get this.
I got it.
Yeah. All right. As you can tell, the title reads, I dedicate this to my billionaire buddy, Billy. We're having, I said we were going to have something like cheeseburgers or pizza maybe. Well, we decided to go in between. Smash burgers, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, buddy.
Real ground beef. I have a tomato there, the fruit there. And I have cheese.
It's cheese with grilled onions and mushrooms with gravy.
And we do kind of like tater tots better than I like French fries, don't get me wrong, but tater tots, I don't know. They seem to appeal to me, to Deb and I more. So I apologize to Slick Willie, because I know one of his favorite dishes is cheeseburgers, real ground beef. So rather than, instead of buying his stuff, I thought I'd buy this and go. I think smash burgers are great. I mean, I've had them. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time Deb has ever made them for me.
And how is it?
I think, well, I should be a little more respectful. I think Sir William Henry would be impressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome, Wilford.
Yeah. It is.
It is a man's meal.
Well.
It's our anniversary is actually on the 6th, but...
Yeah, I was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole back on a Thursday, July 6th of 2017.
9 years of marriage.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. It's been a great marriage. We have stuck together through thick and thin.
No matter how thin and thick.
And things got pretty tough for us in the hypocritical red state of Florida when the authorities worked extremely hard. They were very intense about trying to pressure Deb to kick me to the curb, and she didn't do it. She stuck with her man. And I'm eternally grateful for that. Always will be.
Get away from my smash burger.
So,
no.
Anyway, unlike Billy.
You got a beggar.
Well, he's not getting anything. Unlike Billy, his wife left him. After how many years? I probably shouldn't laugh, but I have this odd feeling she's not as innocent as she's trying to make herself look either. But this is not near meat, almost meat, fake meat, whatever. This is the real deal, ladies and gentlemen.
And they're not patties either. They're homemade patties.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You got to have a cup of Joe. Do we have our coffee made?
There's some coffee still in there.
You let me know when you want to come over here, and I'll go ahead and cover the screen for a minute. I'm not in any hurry. I know you're not dressed the way you want to be seen.
Oh, no.
I don't mind.
I'm sorry. I'm not going over there in a...
Should I show my wife off? Should I order her?
You know what? I will punch you till you're knocked out.
Yeah. And she's a highly trained, skilled professional wrestler, folks. I better not mess with her.
You need to be quiet.
So,
hush. I don't want to talk about my past.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. But, Dan Badandi, have a great show. Well, thumb us up, brother. Of course, you probably responded back to the advertisement, to the... Anyway. Yeah, folks, I don't know later if I'll have time to do the reading of Genesis chapter 16 through 20 or not. I might have to wait till tomorrow. I don't know yet.
You'll wait till tomorrow.
Probably wait till tomorrow.
We're going to enjoy tonight.
Yeah. the wife and I used our money to buy this food, like I said, and celebrate our 9th anniversary a few days early.
Yeah.
Wow, 10, 11 days early, whatever it is. 10 days, yeah. So,
It don't always have to be on the same day.
well, welcome and shalom then to all of you, to Haas and Wilfred, and I think you're the only ones typing in thus far. That's fine.
Well, Carolyn's here too, so.
No, I'm sure she is. I don't doubt that.
All right. You want coffee? You
Oh,
want-
Nemesis. Yep, Nemesis Apprentice. How you doing?
Okay, I'm sorry, everybody.
No, I'll get it. Yeah, my wife is. I want to show her off, but
You know what? Stop.
she's too humble for her own gig.
It's inappropriate dress, totally. Now stop, girl.
Not to me.
Well, that's because I'm your wife.
Exactly.
What?
Anyway,
Be right where y'all.
you know, you look at what these hypocrites are doing, what these elites. It's called smash burgers. It's kind of a snazzed. I would call it a snazzed up version of cheeseburger. You know, Billy's favorite, I think, Sir William Henry.
Grilled mushrooms, grilled onions,
Grilled mushrooms, grilled onions, gravy. We use tater tots.
and American cheese.
American cheese. Those people want us to eat that bug food. Look, there are certain bugs you can eat when it needs to be done, and that are permitted by the scriptures.
No.
But I don't overly recommend it. It's for me. It would be survival. If I was out in the middle of nowhere and trying to get back to base, or get home or whatever. Well, these people. No, I have a bun. As soon as she gets out of the way, there, I'll show it again. Nemesis, you may not have been here when I did display it.
I'm trying to make coffee.
Yeah. So
Just
anyway.
give me a second, Nemesis.
yeah. But these people, look. While I'm eating, I'll give you a little bit of information, and you can find this info on whatever live stream that I've done in the last 2 months. For those of you who I'm preaching to the choir, just bear with me. Those of you who have not heard it, it'll be easy for you to connect the dots. A lot of you people are good researchers yourself. You keep up on things. All right, so
Almost done.
I mean, my crowd, most of my crowd, they're pretty intelligent, intuitive, astute, critical thinkers. So that being said, folks, they want us to eat. I don't doubt that old Billy Ball has tried his
He
fake
actually
meat.
said he did try it.
Yeah, I believe that. But you really think he's going to eat that on a regular basis while we eat it and die? Come on now. Too much soy and all those bugs, and it makes you a kind of a cutesy, wootsy, feminine sort of guy who probably wants to get in touch with his feelings a little bit too much, right? Is there ant dairy products in the American cheese slice or Bill Gates flavored tofu and yellow? I don't know. Haas?
What is it?
Well, he's asking, I think, is there any ant dairy products? There may be. I don't know.
Well, they're making roach milk.
They're making roach milk. Yeah, I remember looking at that when I was still taking a break, not YouTubing. So
Maggot mineral wheat.
yeah, maggot mineral wheat. You gotta love it. But they expect us to eat this kind of nonsense. You got that right, Wilfred.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's too hot for me to pick up.
Oh.
Oh, it's too hot.
Okay.
Shucks. Okay, I'm trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, you do that.
All right.
No.
All right, guys.
All right, I'll pick this up again.
Show him the smash burger.
All right.
Sorry, people.
Yeah, anyway, they expect us to eat that kind of crap while they have their utopian, delusional version
Did you show him?
of an Earth. But here we are. No, I've eaten quite a bit of it. I'm not eating real fast, just so you know. I have the fruit there, tomato. I have tater tots, smash burger with the cheese, and the grilled onion, and grilled what?
Grilled onions with grilled mushrooms
Grilled mushrooms, yeah.
and gravy.
Gravy. Mm-hmm.
This is what it looks like smashed out. Right here. All that good stuff. Oop, there
Easy.
we go. There we go. Right there, people.
Easy, you're
See?
right over my keyboard. Be careful.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Anyway,
Whoa.
yeah, it is. It is delicious. And folks, we're not doing this to flaunt it to you.
No.
We have to start manning up and sticking up to these jack weasels. Yeah, she's an awesome cook.
And this wasn't frozen patties either. I
No,
patted them out by hand.
I mean, how dare I take up space on Bill's and George Soros's and Schwab and who's the current president of the WF? That very faint guy, I think, and so on and so forth. How dare I take up space on their earth? How dare I breathe their air? Yeah, well, you know what? Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to hide it. No, I'm not going out causing problems, I don't think. I'm not a guy who goes out and commits violence like that. Although I did make my wife nervous in shopping today again.
Don't do it on camera.
Well, no, of course not. Well, it's on their cameras.
Well, he gave the middle finger.
All
the
those
way.
little cameras that are by the tags there in Walmart. We try not to do too much shopping at Walmart, but there's a couple things here and there we do have to get. And I went by with my fist. I was going down the whole aisle, but I had one finger up, sticking up, of course. Yeah. I think Trump, he really loves McDonald's.
Oh, look at what Nemesis
No,
says.
I know. Well, I'm not the only one who does research. I have a lot of people on my channel who do. That's why I'm asking Haas about the. I've heard about that, but I don't know enough about it. Is there ant dairy products? I don't know if there is or not. But then he said there's some kind of
They're starting to.
a typo. I don't know.
They're
But
starting to, yeah.
well, if I have to go to other homesteaders and farmers, like they do things I don't, and vice versa, you know, you do bartering, you make relationships that way. And that, well, eat your burger, stick around and eat your burger there, Wilfred.
Yeah.
But we need to start standing up to this. Oh, I've been doing research now more on that Tony Spell. I don't know what you mean. I have a link, but I can't post it because I'm not blue.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. I need you to elaborate on that, Nemesis. But
Oh, he's not. Make him a mod.
hold on.
He wants to link something to you.
Okay. All right, you can link it in now. Now, that being said, Tony Spell is this, and they are Sunday Pass. He's a Sunday goer. Don't get me wrong. He probably does what we call the pagan holidays.
I'd click on that and get it on your
Hold on.
screen.
I will.
Because you'll lose your chat later.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave you to your fun in here. I've got to go in
Greek
there.
Wire. Okay, it's an article. I do read a lot of articles.
I'll be back. I'm gonna
Dick's Deluxe. Huh?
I'm gonna go in there
Okay.
and finish taking care of
And don't
everything.
come back out until I tell you to.
You're a funny man.
I'm having some fun here. Look, folks, we need Tony Spell. He's somewhere. It's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and he's a guy who's been harassed, and his congregation has been harassed. They try to help drug addicts and stuff coming out of prison and jails, and as well as just normal people and that. And they've had a good ministry going on. Now, he wasn't the only one. However, I think he was the first man arrested for not shutting down his church during COVID 6 years ago. He wouldn't do it. He won the civil lawsuit. Charges were dropped. What?
Watch.
Yeah, I'll try to keep my eye on him. I know he's a pup, even as big as he is. But anyway, he's got some serious charges, I guess, coming at him now, like a felony, because that 20-year young punk threatened to rape his wife and all that, and kill his, rape his grandchildren. And hey, I'm all for what he did. That punk, that 20-year young, he may be 20. He is an adult, even though he lives with mommy and daddy, who are helping approve of this and pulling those stunts that they have for years. And Tony, Pastor Tony, he said, I laid hands on the sick. Come on, buddy, lay down. Goku, go lay down. Go lay down. No, go lay down. Go lay down. Come on, you're not getting any of this. Go. Go. Come on. Go lay down. Go lay down. All right. Good boy. You stay there. Okay, back to what I was talking about. And I don't know the kid's name. It should be public because he is an adult. But, oh, hey, welcome to Every Day of Man God Ministries. I'm eating a smash burger, which is similar to a cheeseburger, and I invited Billionaire Billy. I don't blame him for blowing his top. I'll tell you what, as far as I'm concerned, he did the right thing, and if it would have been me, I would have gone even further on that little punk weasel. And we need to pray for them. They, even though they're go do Sunday, I don't. They're not Sabbath keepers, but I think they have a lot of good things going on in their ministry. He had the sack to stand up to COVID 6 years ago. And they have a ministry. They have buses and stuff and pick people up for church that can't get there. They don't have a car or whatever. And people who purposely live across from them are doing what they're doing. They've been doing it for years. I don't know if he did enough. Probably should have pounded him more. I don't think Tony said in an interview he's not trained. He just he has two older brothers, so he grew up fighting a lot. I could tell when he was on top, he really didn't do that great of a job. He pounded the kid. Don't get me wrong, but he ground and pound, like we do, or like I did past tense in MMA. I just have to say I'm glad it wasn't me. But people, we need to start sticking up for our rights. We are in big trouble in this nation and around the world. But my primary concern is for the United States. We're in a pickle that we are because the believers have not done what they, have been. So we have not done what we're supposed to do over the many years. And one day at a time, it stacks up. Let's go back to what I was going to talk about, too. Bill Gates. When he has trees cut down, saying that it's harming the environment to have the trees growing, he's lying. And he knows that. And he has them buried under the ground. And there's a reason for that. I'm doing it, too. Not trees. I take branches and little stumps and stuff with my bed gardens. Okay? Obviously, I don't have thousands of acres. I have 2.5 acres directly that I can deal with. But point is, when you do branches and trees and stuff like that over the years, it's a natural fertilizer, and I won't have to buy fertilizer for probably 20 years. It's amazing what it's called, Culture. That's what Bill Gates plans on doing with his utopian idea of a new Earth. You know, him and the elites and the ones level people that are step below them that will be their servants. You know, that will serve them, and you know, while they enjoy the fruits of the land. That's how deluded these jack weasels are. Okay. Um. Wow. Anyway, he knows what he's doing. Now, when I see he's doing that, obviously that old wrinkle up billionaire ain't doing it. He's paying people to do it. I get that. But so I have a future bed garden I've been building up on this year that I'll start growing things in next year. I put a lot of food scraps, dog manure, all chicken shavings, you know, when I have to clean a coop. I put branches in there and a couple of logs, you know, stuff like that. Now I just need to start filling it with soil. And it will work perfectly. Okay? You can find this stuff on YouTube, believe it or not. So, well, yeah, you have a point. That's my wife typing that in 20 years from now. I'm just making a point. If we're here for a few more years, and I think we will be, I think I'll get a lot of benefit. The other bed gardens we're doing are very good. They're working out great. This one should be great. So, but this one should be even better because you learn more as you go. So, I'm just, you know, I was wondering why I was doing that. I couldn't remember. You know, I was a little wee kid. When you're 3 to 5 years old, you don't really, I mean, you do, you remember things, but you don't absorb a lot of stuff. You can't. Okay. Your mind, your tiny little mind is growing, you know, and you're going through a lot of stuff, hormonal and that. So that being said, then I saw it on the channel. This is a YouTube channel, and I do recommend it. Stellar Eureka. And that's her, that German botanist from 1962 or whatever. He wrote a pamphlet in 1962 trying to resurrect that Culture stuff. Hardly anybody read it back then because it was nothing new. Even back 64 years ago now. Anyway, so that, you know, I thought, I went ding, 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 ding. Now I know what old Billy Boy is doing. Now I know why he's doing it. He doesn't want to buy any fertilizer later in the future. Because, come on, like he's going to have 270,000 plus acres of farm acreage and raise and eat worms. Really? Come on. Do people believe that nonsense? I suppose there are a few MK altered morons out there. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It just blows my mind. Deb,
What?
we have a loose biddy in here.
Well, go get it.
Well, excuse me. Come on, back up. You're not getting a hold of that thing.
Pull the wire,
I'm
wire
trying.
cord.
Calm down. The little bitty got out of the
Pull the wire,
Good. Tote. Yeah, obviously you didn't do it close enough. Give me a minute. Say hi. Say hi. Okay.
Put the lamp on top of the wire.
I'm not getting up now. Yeah, let me go for it. Okay. Anyway, that's silly nonsense. But these people have these plans that they want to be for 500 million people or less. Yeah, obviously, yeah. 500 million people or less, and it's like I guess I just have a hard. I mean, I understand it, I guess, in a way, but how do you get that evil? How do you get that diluted with yourself? I mean, there are almost, I believe, 8 billion people on this earth, and you're talking, 7.5 billion people gone somehow. Getting rid of them. That's insanity. It's one thing to say a number and think you understand it, but to get the real crux of it, to really absorb those numbers and what the extremity of what those numbers really are. Yeah, that's crazy. So you can read a lot of this stuff. They're blatantly doing it in our. Get out of here. Go. They're blatantly doing it right in front of us. It's like, yeah, this is what we're doing. What are you going to do about it? And that is a good question. What are we going to do about it? So I'm not much of a protester. I don't see the point of that anyway. Holding up a sign and stuff. That's not really, I've done it, but what I mean is, and then even then I wasn't protesting. I've held up a couple of Jeusus signs, and that was many years ago, doing a little bit of street preaching, not a lot. But the closest I ever got to protesting is I led Bible studies in Missoula, Montana, across from where they do abortions. I didn't really get up and do much. Some of the women that worked there were really something. That one woman, she looked miserable, angry, tense, contentious. I have to get a job. I'm saying, yeah, that's a very good idea, but I already have a job. This just happens to be one of my days off. Anyway, but I'm not much of a protester. I don't see much point in it to sit there and protest like that. I don't think it gets much done, if anything. So yeah, you're explaining it pretty well there, Hoss. you know, but they're stealing land, forcing people off of their generational lands that their grandparents, great grandparents, and so on had for those AI data centers. That's probably going to have a lot to do with Revelation 13. Um, I know, I am too. I'm sad. I'd like to eat and sit down and have a good conversation with them. But thanks for stopping by. Go ahead and thumb us up if you can. Um, yeah, but these people, you can read, the format on the World Economic Forum. I would do it. There's a lot of things I'm chancing. I think already putting on my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna display that up on there on here. I just tell people to go read it because that could, I suppose, get me struck real quick. I mean, if I get struck anyway and they shut me down, so be it. It's not going to make me. I'll be upset for 30 seconds, maybe even up to 2 minutes, and then I'll get over it and say, "Well, okay, yeah, you had me do this for a certain amount of time. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do next?" But I don't know. There's a lot of things connecting. Like that pastor Tony Spell in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and my hats are off to him in that particular area, trying to protect being a protector of his wife, grandchildren, his granddaughters, his flock, as they say. Go with her. Go away from her. Um, I don't know. I just don't. But I need to stick up for it, maybe. There we go. I will do my best to protect this property and do what needs to be done. And if I go down in a blaze of glory, oh well. I don't want any of that. I prefer to just leave me alone. Some of the elite wannabes that I mentioned, out of how many, what do they need with this property? Why do they think they have to have it? You know, what use is it really to them? I mean, I think they're doing just fine without it, don't you? I mean, look, they own the world practically already in a lot of ways. They have, many properties and mansions and whatever, and they, um, you know, I mean, they live a life of power and privilege. I mean, I guess, I don't know if you're demonically driven or you get in that vicious circle too, and the more you get, the more you want. You can't help it after a while, I suppose. So, let me find some of that. Um, uh, 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 hmm. I'll see if I can, like I said, I've been watching some stuff on that. The mainstream media is not doing what it needs to do. Okay. Mm. But I just don't understand it. Let me see here. I'm looking down. I'm looking. I don't know if you want to listen to this. If I do whatever I put on, I always put the link on. So, hold on a minute. Okay, we'll start it at 8 seconds here. Where am I on? Okay. Let's go ahead and play this. This is from joy105.com or no, joy105.com. I'll make sure to put his or her link in. Let's do this. I'm not hearing anything. I know there's no volume.
Year
of
during
2020. Yes, during
2020.
during 2020 when our pastor.
You guys can watch that I'll put out the link. Let me hold on. That's not the one I wanted anyway. Let's see here. Let's do this one.
In my name.
That should be good. Oh, wait, I am playing it. Okay, gotcha.
In my name, they shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. So today, Brother Merritt and all of you, I fulfilled the scripture. I laid hands on the sick. I don't know how much recovery they will have. Hallelujah. I haven't seen some of you worship that hard in years. I said they got a long time. Hallelujah. Be seated. Booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. Put in a cell with what began 9 of us. I walked right into one of our church members who comes to church on bus 11 on Sunday morning, Brother Jeusus route. He said, "Pastor, we've already heard. We've been watching it on the TV before you walked in." And he said, "I just want to tell all you boys something." He said, "This is the man of God. My wife thinks he's Jesus." So after that, I had it all right, Brother Woody. I had a captive audience from about 11 o'clock till 7 or so. We prayed, we quoted scripture, we quoted poetry. The inmates were very kind. Prisoners were very courteous, very respectful. The guards were busy watching and rerun the altercation. Everybody else could sneak a peek to you. I haven't seen it yet. Mayor hadn't seen it yet. I just got my phone back a few minutes ago. So, domestic terrorism is tolerated in our day. When you see that in order to produce, you must obtain permission from those that produce nothing. When you see that money is flowing to those who deal not in goods but in favors. When you see that your laws protect them against you and not you against them. When you see corruption being rewarded and honesty becoming a self-sacrifice, then you may know that your society is doomed. The laws have been stacked against us.
All right.
The probability of me understanding this is 0.
You should AI that with Copilot.
All right. I mean, this is all over, folks. You can find Tony Spell anywhere. I listened to a couple of interviews and listened to his sermon a little bit. If there's something seriously wrong, people are going just batty anyway. I mean, 20-year-old kid living with his parents, that's typical. I mean, it's hard out there financially. I get that. That seems to be pretty normal now, and it has been for quite a while. But the way people are acting, they're looking at things and doing all that. And I think the elites really accomplished quite a bit since 2020. They got us way more divided. I mean, it was kind of Obama's mission when he was officially in office. And then I think he probably did pretty well when he was unofficially in office the last 4 years until about a year and a half ago. But, and during the Trump-Pence administration is when this stuff started really breaking out, and our country went way downhill from there. And it was amazing how many people were fooled by the medical crap, the lies. I used to work in the medical field. I knew it was crap immediately from the get-go. So, but, and what should I say? I mean, and people to this day will stick up for that nonsense. A lot of people are waking up a little bit, I think. They don't really know what to do about it. And you look at how who can oppose Hasatan, who can oppose the beast, the first and the second beast, basically wearing down the saints. So, I don't know. If people would get with it enough and get informed and be willing to listen to things, even if it's new to them and uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong, I take a break at times. Because as you know, I research a lot of articles, a lot of videos. And I do what needs to be done to get the information. Yeah, you're right. Sadly, you're right, Wilfred, but I do take my breaks and I'll listen to music or watch clips on Terminator 2 Judgment Day. That's my favorite Terminator movie. Last night I watched Terminator Salvation. I'm glad I saw it once. I'm not going to watch it again. But now Genesis is okay, but it's the first three that I like. 1984, Terminator, and then Judgment Day, Terminator 2, and Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, and then it starts getting a little unrealistic. But I'll watch clips of that movie, of Terminator 2 and Terminator 3, and just to take a break. You get tired seeing all this doom and gloom and the abysmal atmosphere and that. And, well, I try to emphasize to people, at least to an extent. I try not to overdo it, but you need to be prepared as best you can spiritually. That's number one. Reading your Bibles and praying, being right with Elohim, having a relationship with Yah the Father, and reading His truth. And two is mentally, you need to be prepped. Be ready and be hardcore, not unfeeling. Don't forget the kindness don't forget compassion for mankind. You'll want that, but you make sure that you have irons. Gut. Your guts are that you have guts of steel. And three is be prepared physically. Try to keep in shape. If you're not, try to get in shape. Don't overdo it, but and try to eat right. That sort of deal. So, other than that, I don't know. I know you're talking John chapter 16, verse 2 off the top of my head there, wifey. Who did an excellent job of this meal. I'm not going to keep eating here in front of you guys. I wanted to invite Billy over to dinner. He didn't accept the invitation, I guess. And, even though it's not cheeseburgers, it was close enough. I think you'd enjoy them. And even though he's the billionaire and I'm not, I would have flipped the bill. I wouldn't have even charged him. Oh, that's so Jew boy of me. Anyway, but that being said, I just, you need to be ready for this, folks. And you need to start getting together with other people that are like-minded, that are evenly yoked. It'd be nice if you can start in a congregation, what they commonly call a church. That's fine, but you don't necessarily have to do it. Now, we don't have a vehicle, so we're not even looking for a congregation. Not realistic. I don't expect somebody to come all the way out here and pick us up for Sabbath congregation anyway, Sabbath services. But that I do. I hang with people like you, some of you, best we can. I talk to you on the phone. I have you on. I go on to private Zooms and stuff, and we do the best we can do. But I think we're going to be having to get together more, face to face, and doing some things and having like communities and stuff. Really, it's the only way we stand half a chance, folks. Now, don't get me wrong. If I have to lose my life, I will. So, anyway, I think I've said enough. And I do want to eat the last little bit of my smash burger. And that. So, that being said, I really don't have a lot to comment to either. I'm looking at the chats and stuff, and so not really much more to say. Look, folks, I've been on here long enough. Peace, folks. I mean, be peaceful in your hearts, in your human spirits. Look to Elohim to guide you in all of this, and for his Ruach, his spirit, to guide you. Keep your heads on a swivel. Stay safe. All right? Peace. Shalom. The Levite man is out of here.